A freeze warning in effect right now, as well as a frost advisory. More about that coming up in just a moment.
The government shutdown is now in its second week. The administration now says furloughed workers may not get back pay. We'll have the latest. And as the government shutdown continues, it's causing flight delays with more air traffic controllers calling in sick. We'll tell you which airports are affected. And an uptick in crime in Winona has the community on high alert. What police are saying this morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Alexandra Carter on this Wednesday, October 8th. It is just about 6 a.m. Hope your morning is off to a good start. Hope you have the heat on. We'll send it over to Art. He's tracking some freezing temperatures. Well, not freezing quite yet. Well, some areas, right?
Some areas.
I
was just looking at Black River Falls. They're at 27 degrees right now, my friend. 27 degrees right now. And I'm taking a look right now to show you what's happening there. They're looking at least clear skies as well. So it's really chilly out there, but as well, frost is going to be a thing. So please be careful out there this early morning. We're also going to find ourselves with a frost advisory going down towards La Crosse in the blue. You see that right now. This will continue to the 9 o'clock hour, and then sunshine comes in with seasonal average temperatures and a dry day today as well. We'll get some drier air coming out of California, and it's a very quiet morning for La Crosse right now. As you get into it, Eau Claire has a little fog. They're getting visibilities down to between 5 and 7 miles out there, so please be careful. Folks seem to be doing okay traffic-wise, though, but man, that little moon glow is actually kind of quite beautiful up there in Eau Claire. Temperatures right now, as I mentioned, Black River Falls 27 degrees, 31 in Eau Claire, 38 for La Crosse, so that's why it's so quiet right now, but it is chilly. We'll get into that chilly start with afternoon sunshine for everybody else around, say, getting up to about, say, 62 to 62 degrees for La Crosse and 58 or so for Eau Claire. Back to you.
The government shutdown is now in week 2 with little sign from Washington that it could be resolved anytime soon. This as a White House memo suggests furloughed federal workers may not get back pay when the stalemate is over. Bradley Blackburn reports.
At the White House Tuesday, the Trump administration threatened to raise the stakes in the battle over the government shutdown.
There are some people that really don't deserve to be taken care of, and we'll take care of them in a different way.
A White House draft memo suggested withholding back pay to federal workers now forced to stay home. A 2019 law President Trump himself signed promises back pay to all federal workers after a shutdown. The president seemed to agree with the memo, but then said this:
I follow the law, and what the law says is correct.
On Capitol Hill, Democrats accused the White House of bullying.
This administration has spared no effort, none, to be intimidating, to incite fear if there are these mass firings, or if pay is denied, because people have rights. They will sue for damages.
Some essential workers are on the job while waiting for a paycheck, but the gridlock in Washington is affecting the nation's skies. Sick calls are up in air traffic control towers, and the FAA says today ground stops are possible at multiple major airports.
We would hope that eventually they'll get their act together and everybody will come together and do what's right.
The Senate is expected to vote again on dueling short-term funding bills Wednesday morning. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
The Air Traffic Controllers Union says the shutdown is affecting morale, as you can imagine, and creating hardships, but the union also telling its members they have to keep working and warned that if they don't show up, they could be fired. Locally, a cannabis manufacturing business one step closer to opening in La Crescent. News 8 Now Seth Padilla is in the newsroom with those details for us. Good morning, Seth.
Yeah, Alexandra, La Crescent's Planning Commission gave the green light for an indoor cannabis manufacturing facility. Carbon MN LLC wants to open at 190 Main Street in the city's industrial area. Now the business will not sell to customers. Instead, it will supply products that are cannabis to local retail stores. The Planning Commission recommended approval, but the full city council still needs to vote. Then the state must give the final approval. If everything goes through, the company hopes to open early next year. Reporting live in the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now This Morning.
All right, more updates to come there. We'll keep you updated. Thank you, Seth. Meanwhile, nearly 400 animals were rescued from a Juneau County home. 2 people arrested for animal neglect after authorities found the animals. They were surrendered voluntarily and sent to shelters across the state. 5 dogs came to the Coulee Region Humane Society, where they're now being treated for parasites before adoption.
We're fully confident that they're going to make great pets and fit into homes wonderfully.
Some of the rescued animals include dogs, rabbits, horses, goats, and even chickens. Police putting residents on alert over an uptick in crime in Winona. News 8 Now's Allison Fergit has more on what exactly these criminals are targeting.
Winona is seeing a rise in car and storage unit break-ins. We spoke with officials about ways to keep your items safe.
The uprise is kind of crazy compared to last year for sure.
Winona police are sounding the alarm about a spike in break-ins.
They're taking place in storage units, which obviously are typically located in non-populated areas that are not well lit. We've also seen an increase in break-ins in vehicles.
Chief Williams says the break-ins are happening all over town and the perpetrators are grabbing whatever they can. Officials aren't sure exactly why there's an increase now, but it could have something to do with the start of the school year.
I do think obviously the students have been back in town for about 2 months now. Little greater population of people that are in town right now.
There are some steps you can take to make sure you don't lose your items. Andy Los with Los Real Estate says a round security lock will better protect your storage unit than a regular lock.
If somebody wants to break in with a regular lock, it doesn't take them too much time, where an actual security lock, they really have to work on it to try to break in.
Williams also recommends investing in video surveillance.
You can also put cameras on the interior of those storage units. Again, you're renting the space, put a camera on the inside. That way, if anybody does happen to enter your storage unit, at least we have a starting point for it.
And for cars, Williams says first thing first, lock your doors.
We do have people that are like, well, I don't have anything in my car, and you leave the doors open only to come and find out that your glove box has now been rifled through and your insurance papers and your license tabs are missing.
He admits a locked door doesn't prevent a smashed window. That's why it's so important to hide items you leave in your vehicle.
Anything of value, laptops, AirPods, cameras, anything. Put it in the trunk, put it out of sight.
If you notice any items have been taken from your storage unit or your car, it's best to go to police first. They say it's also helpful if you have any identifying information about the items that were taken. So that could be if there was a crack in the screen or if they had a certain dent. That way it'll be a lot easier to relocate those items. Reporting in Winona, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now.
A News 8 follow-up now. Police arresting a man for that arson in the mobile home park fire in Shelby. John Galster is charged with starting the fire that destroyed one mobile home and damaged 3 others. 9 fire departments battled the blaze for nearly 10 hours. Nobody was hurt. In Ferryville, an update on the Lansing Bridge project. Officials there say the bridge will close October 20th at 7 a.m. A car ferry will be available to commuters for free, but that won't start till November.
They'll be running back and forth every 15 minutes, so there'll be limited amount of travels back and forth, about 700 cars a day if at full service. The ferry will be running 16 hours a day.
Officials expect the new bridge to open in 2027. Democratic Attorney General Josh Kaul will not run for governor. Instead, he'll seek a 3rd term as AG. That decision surprised some political observers who saw Kaul as a potential frontrunner with statewide name recognition and 2 election victories. Representative Mark Pocan taking a lap through the 3rd district. The 2nd district congressman stopped at cafes in Richland Center, Viroqua, La Crosse, and Eau Claire. He discussed the government shutdown and the Affordable Care Act tax credits. He says if those expire, it'll affect everyone with health insurance.
We're just trying to express to people that under the big ugly law, we know that everyone is going to have increased health care costs. There's a $500 billion cut to Medicare. There's all kinds of people are going to lose health insurance through Medicaid. And in the next couple of weeks, the rates are going to come out for the Affordable Care Act, and people are losing their tax credits.
Democrats want an extension of the tax credits to be included in any stopgap funding measure. Republicans say they're open to negotiating once the government reopens. Republican Representative Derek Van Orden criticizing Pocan's tour, saying that he should be in Washington funding the government and doing his job. The Star Tribune is permanently closing its Heritage print facility in Minneapolis. 159 employees will lose their jobs as the company moves the printing work to a new location in Des Moines. The layoffs will start December 28th. If you're flying out of La Crosse and still haven't signed up for TSA PreCheck, this week is your chance. A PreCheck event is running now through Friday at La Crosse Regional Airport. Officials say despite the government shutdown, airport operations are stable and TSA officers are working. The air traffic control tower is run by a contractor, so flights aren't impacted. A local nonprofit is using the gift of transportation to help people get back on their feet. News 8 Now's Jadius McGee reports.
A donated car doesn't just offer transportation. For some families, it's the key to stability, a mission that drives Chariots for Hope.
The folks that we help out, they typically are in a situation where a hand up with a vehicle is going to make them more socially, economically, and medically stable.
For this year's recipient, the surprise moment says it all.
This is awesome. I just cannot believe it. I walked out there and I seen the big red ribbon on the car, and I thought, oh, somebody's getting a car. And then he announced it was for me. So I just never expected it. Not at all.
Organizers say moments like these are why the mission matters.
When I see these people and hear about their stories, it's amazing to see where they've been, where they've come from, and where they're going.
Reporting it on Alaska, Jadius McGee, News 8 Now this morning.
If something goes wrong.
The organization says they're always accepting vehicle donations. The time now is 6:09. Still ahead on your morning news. Amazon kicking off early holiday deals for Prime members. OpenAI warns suspected Chinese operatives are abusing ChatGPT. And American Airlines making it easier to stow your carry-on. And is it still safe to fly on airplanes? We'll have the latest on how the shutdown is impacting air travel. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Today is National Pierogi Day. Pierogies are stuffed dumplings filled with potatoes, cheese, sauerkraut, or meat. Some are even sweet with fruit. They're Poland's national dish and a comfort food staple at family dinners and festivals. So grab some and enjoy your National Pierogi Day. Wish I had some right now. As you start to wake up, leaving you with a quick wake-up call with downtown Saginaw, Michigan. Located along the Saginaw River, it was established as a fort following the 1819 Treaty of Saginaw. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Protect your home with Tundra seamless gutters and gutter helmet from Asher Lassen Exteriors. Use promo code 20 and receive up to 20% off your entire project. Plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Request a free, no obligation consultation at goasher.com.
Find happiness. Find something familiar and new. Find connection. Find culture. Find community. Find yourself at the La Crosse Symphony.
Get your tickets now for opening night and a world premiere October 18th, sponsored by Doctors Jeff and Lisa Drexler and Alex and Jackie Vaver at lacrossesymphony.org.
Enjoy 7 days of savings online and in store during Blaine's Farm and Fleet Days, going on now. Shop your favorite brands and seasonal supplies at unbeatable farm and fleet prices, like assorted Victor dog food, $5 off. 50-foot Yellow Jacket extension cords are 60% off. $19.99 for rewards members while supplies last. And all GE indoor light bulbs are on sale, 10% off. Rewards members save 15%. Find the value you need online and in store during Blaine's Farm and Fleet Days, going on now.
You already know. Derek Van Orden voted for the largest Medicaid cut in history. Nursing homes may be forced to close. Rural hospitals in Wisconsin at risk of closure. And tens of thousands of Wisconsinites could lose health coverage. But did you know Van Orden's vote could raise electricity costs in Wisconsin $300 a year? Also, Van Orden could give wealthy elites another tax break. Tell Derek Van Orden, stop making us pay more.
We've got an important milestone here to celebrate. As you know, our family has been providing other families with affordable flooring for 60 years. Whether it's vinyl, hardwood, laminate, tile, or carpet, we've offered a wide variety of flooring that stands up to the biggest messes. And we know messes. Speaking of which, who started in on the cake?
Don't look at me.
Sealand's Carpooling, where number one priority is you. Stop in today.
Did you know taking one pill can kill someone you love? Today's opioid overdoses are the leading cause of accidental death in the U.S. Yet many young people don't know what they're actually ingesting. I know this heartbreaking truth firsthand. I lost my son. Our Wisconsin schools desperately need life-saving Narcan kits in their schools, but it takes legislation to make that happen. Please contact your state senator today.
Increase your home's energy efficiency and enjoy year-round comfort with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Receive up to 20% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com.
Well, good morning to you and welcome back as we get into your forecast right now. Freeze warning in purple, as you can see, continues on mostly up to the northern tier of our state and working its way all the way down to Eau Claire and to near Black River Falls. Black River Falls has clear skies right now, but has temperatures around, say, 27 degrees. Eau Claire, on the other hand, has been holding on to mostly cloudy skies now, filling in, believe it or not. And, of course, they have the possibility of mist and, of course, some fog in the forecast, taking them down to maybe 5 miles of visibility. First, taking you to Black River Falls, you can see there's a fog out there right now. That's slowly developing as well. They've been in and out of it, dropping into about 3/4 of a mile of visibility, but in some cases it's just pretty patchy out there. You see the dew point is at 26, temperatures at 26 as well, and it feels like 26 degrees. Now, here's a look at the fog out there. Here's the fog you can see right here, and if you look this little darker area, that is mostly cloudy skies filling up all the way up there right now. And so mist is happening out of that, and fog is still holding on. As I mentioned, they've been in and out of the patchiness, getting into possibly 3/4 of an inch of fog, 3/4 of a mile of fog possibly, or less in some cases. Right now it's quiet in La Crosse. It looks beautiful out there right now, almost kind of like holiday-like right now. Current temperatures holding on to La Crosse at 38 degrees. So they have the potential for frost advisory in play, as well as areas down to Viroqua, getting towards Richland Center and Boscobel as well. We'll hold on to the temperature changes. You can see we're at least up to, say, right now about 10 degrees or less in the forecast, cooler than what we were 24 hours ago. Fog, as I mentioned, for Eau Claire, you can see them drop down to 5 miles of visibility as we go into the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock hour. Then it gets better by the 9 o'clock hour as well. Conditions 30s, 40s, and 50s with plenty of sunshine today. You can see Eau Claire now has the mostly cloudy skies, giving way to sunshine for La Crosse, going right into your afternoon with temperatures in the 50s, eventually to the 60s for your forecast. Back to you.
In your morning consumer news, Amazon's Prime Big Deal Days ends today. The sale features discounts on millions of items, including Amazon's own brands. It's part of a bigger trend. Online holiday sales are expected to top $253 billion this year, up 5% from last year. OpenAI is warning suspected Chinese government operatives are abusing ChatGPT. A new report shows hackers are using the AI tool to write surveillance proposals and scan social media for extremist speech. OpenAI says it demonstrates China's push to use artificial intelligence for large-scale surveillance. American Airlines is removing bag sizers from airport gates. Gate agents will now use their own judgment to decide if a carry-on is too big and needs to be checked. The airline says that'll speed up boarding. Bag sizers will still be available at check-in counters. The ongoing government shutdown is beginning to impact air travel. Ivan Rodriguez reports on the travel turbulence and how the Department of Transportation is responding.
With the government shutdown sliding into its 7th day, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says air traffic controllers are wondering if there's an end in sight.
They're thinking about, am I going to get a paycheck?
Controllers are considered essential workers, so they must work during the shutdown, but are not being paid.
We want to make sure we have air travel safe and controllers focused not on their mortgages, not on the next paycheck, not on food on the table, but actually on making sure you and your family are safe.
12 FAA facilities saw staffing shortages Monday night. The control towers in Burbank, Phoenix, and Denver had so-called staffing triggers reported in the public FAA operations plan. Other facilities that handle air traffic around airports in Newark, New Jersey, Jacksonville, Florida, Chicago, Washington, D.C., and Indianapolis also were short-staffed, which in some cases caused hours-long delays.
If we have additional sick calls, we will reduce the flow consistent with a rate that's safe for the American people.
Former air traffic controller Harvey Skolnick says anytime a facility isn't staffed properly, it has a ripple effect.
It has an effect on breaks. It has an effect on controllers getting time off. It has an effect on training. And the job is tough enough as it is. And when you have to work 6 days a week, and now you're not getting paid on time, so everything has a cumulative effect on the FAA.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
That's a look at your consumer news. We'll send it back over to Art now. He's got an update on that forecast.
All right, and away we go. Getting back into the zones right now. You're holding on to conditions in the 60s or your highs for the day. This is what I'm going to show you real quick. Giving way to this, we do have the frost. Of course, that's in the forecast right now, and that continues on. You'll see conditions to be pretty sunny, holding on to the mild 60s, and of course in the middle 60s as well, holding on to La Crosse 62 degrees. In some cases, from low to middle 60s, maybe even upper 50 or so as you get into Cornell with sunshine in the forecast there as well. Let's take it into account where the high is holding on right now. You'll get into 60s, the low 60s all the way into upper 60s in the forecast for Thursday. Potential for some frost in the early morning as well as we get into it. Now the frost will continue, as you can see here, as we go right through the yesterday all the way into the 10th, and then continue on. We'll see more of that frost, and of course that will continue through the month of October, so be prepared for that. Of course, we'll also see the winds picking up as we go into your Friday, holding on to the possibility of that wind continue to come out of the north, and that's going to be a chillier wind too, so you know that it's going to get up to at least 25, 26 miles per hour in some cases. We'll see more of that possibly going into your Saturday and maybe even Sunday as well. Friday's highs, well, you're going to be seeing temperatures from 64 to about, say, 73 degrees in your forecast. 69 for La Crosse, 67 for Eau Claire. Prairie du Chien will be one of the warmer spots at 73 degrees. Then rainfall potential coming in Sunday night, and then, Thursday night going into your Friday. Then a break goes back in, and then by Sunday night we may see a little bit of shower activity coming back again going into your Monday. And Monday right now looks like it may stick around for a while. Before it was showing that it was going to leave, so we'll keep an eye on that. But Saturday's lows you can see in the 40s widespread, some 50s down to the south. Highs for Saturday, 60s, getting into more 70s, those middle 70s in the forecast. So we'll bump it up a few more degrees as we go to finish out the week. Quiet weather right now and quiet conditions for La Crosse right now, looking pretty nice. You get the fog, the frost that's out there, and the freeze warning that's in play for Eau Claire. Mostly cloudy skies for Eau Claire right now. We've been seeing temperatures around Black River Falls flirting between 27 and 30 degrees out there as well. In fact, the mist itself for Eau Claire holds on to the possibility of getting some freezing fog and freezing mist in the forecast, so please be careful. You'll also be picking up the possibility of highs for your Wednesday today, 60s and some upper 50s in the forecast. Then we'll carry over to how this all looks as we roll right back into how this forecast comes in for tomorrow. Possibility of more frost coming in for Thursday, maybe even Friday as well. Then as we roll right back into how this all shapes up for the next few days, 60s with increasing 60s and temperature going to Thursday, the upper 60s for Thursday and Friday. Saturday will be included as well with milder conditions, holding on to rainfall Sunday night, going into your Monday with a 40% chance. Be safe and have a glorious day.
All right, the CDC changing its COVID vaccine guidance, but most Americans will still be able to get free shots this year. We'll tell you how. Costco selling Ozempic and Wegovy for less than half the price of other pharmacies. We'll tell you how much you could pay.
Coming up at the Blitz, the Caledonia Warrior volleyball team hoping to keep things rolling against conference opponents, plus the Brewers preparing for what they hope to be a brief trip down to Wrigley. We're back in just a moment.
Stock up this month with the Holman Locker and Meat Market's 10-pound sale. Save on pork loin roast, ground beef, chicken breast, and chuck roast. Please call to order. Holman Locker and Meat Market and much, much more.
The Good Feet store just really helped me out. I mean, they gave me the right arch support for my feet, not somebody else's feet. Then it was like, okay, this is something special.
See for yourself with the free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Right now, get a great deal on the durable Kubota RTVX. When there's work to do and a reputation to uphold, it's built to haul it all and do it all. Half-ton capabilities with attachments to get the job done right. It's North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 1.99% APR for up to 36 months, or save up to $300.
Visit us today and experience the difference.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks, like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all Silverado 1500 models.
Visit HometownChevy.com.
We hear it all the time. A company gives a homeowner a quote for replacement windows. When the homeowner hesitates, they drop the price by almost 50% if they sign today. Makes you wonder why they didn't offer that price to begin with.
They called us for a second opinion. Our price, over $5,000 less, without the sales games and for better windows.
At Clear Choice, we believe in honest pricing, no pressure, and quality you can trust.
Don't get pressured into a bad deal. Call us today.
Choose Clear Choice or something less.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality, local meat. Now's the time to stock up with our fall bundle. Call and order yours today. Eat healthy, shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Taking you right inside the action, Friday Night Prep.
Every Friday night at 10, right here on News 8.
News 8 Now, Sports.
Welcome to the Blitz. Well, we are getting down to the wire for regular season boys prep soccer action. The round-robin tournaments getting underway yesterday in the MVC. Tolma visiting the Pullman Vikings, and Brock Needham and Braylon Welch would work together well to score. Just 40 seconds into this one to put the Vikings up early, but in the 17th minute, senior Jackson Rulin would float one up and in for the equalizer. Timberwolves get on the board and tie this thing up. So we head to the start of the second half. Once again, it's Welch sneaking one in, and he will take the 2-1 lead for his team, and that would be the difference, folks. Holman picks up the tight victory. 2-1 is your final. Meanwhile, the 6th-ranked Caledonia Warriors looking to improve to 9-0 in Three Rivers play this season. They would be tested right away. Eagles soaring to a quick lead in set number 1. But despite being down 20-12, the home team, aided by senior Kenzie King, would rise to the challenge and mount a response, coming all the way back to take the first set, 26-24. The Warriors would ride that momentum the rest of the match to remain undefeated against league foes. Caledonia takes it 3-1 over Dover Iota. And yesterday, the Brewers were down in the friendly confines of Wrigley Field as the series shifts to Chicago later for today's Game 3. And the Brewers are hoping to make it a quick trip, and hopefully one that includes some champagne showers. Milwaukee will start Quinn Priester, and the Brewers hurler says the lineup doing the thing it's done lately makes his job pretty cut and dry.
I think, when the offense is playing this way and the way, the offense has played all year is the goal is just to get them back in the dugout. If I can get them in with 3 quick ground balls, that's best case scenario. And, that falls onto me to keep filling it up and essentially, give our guys quick innings on defense so that we can, have longer innings on offense. That's always the goal.
Priester and the crew will look to punch their ticket to the NLCS for the first time in 7 years at 4:08 on TBS. All right, that'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you back here later tonight.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
Nope. And you get the latest phones.
High five. Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
Cooley Carpet has always been more than just carpet, and now the name will reflect that. Cooley Floors and Design. Along with the brand new name, there's a fresh new look to the showroom. Don't worry, Cooley Floors and Design still has the same great team at the same convenient location. Ready to elevate your space? The design consultants will take the time to discuss your dreams, needs, and your budget. Cooley Floors and Design will accompany you through every step, from expert advice to professional installation. Visit Cooley Floors and Design on Mormon Cooley Road for a fresh new look.
John Deere lawn tractors are built for year-round versatility because your work isn't done when the grass stops growing. Attachments like bagging systems and snow removal tools make lawn cleanup a breeze and those long, cold months a lot easier to take. Be ready for anything Wisconsin brings us with a mow and snow package from Tractor Central. Visit Tractor Central today to find out why nothing runs like a Deere. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
It's a John Deere day.
As your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we wear many hats. We take pride in serving our members and our community by going the extra mile in everything we do. Because we not only work here, we live here. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
your source for power and information.
The Medicare annual enrollment period runs from October 15th to December 7th. With so many choices, it can be overwhelming. At Strive Medicare, we cut through the confusion, helping you find the plan that's right for you. We're your local Medigap insurance advisors right here in the Social Security building in downtown La Crosse, and ready to answer the questions face-to-face or over the phone. Don't go it alone this annual enrollment season. Call or visit Strive Medicare today.
Here at Schneider Heating, we have a huge emphasis on culture, getting along, working together. We follow through on our promises, and we get the job done.
We will do what we need to do to ensure that you are safe, comfortable, and happy.
We have a lot of veteran installers who really care, and even more put their mind at ease by installing Carrier equipment.
We're not just putting in a furnace. You know, you're hiring the whole company. You're hiring our service department, our install department. Just a ton of experience. We're very helpful.
The new iPhone 17 Pro is finally here. And at US Cellular, you can get it on us with no trade-in.
Wow, the new iPhone is thrilling.
It even has the ultimate pro camera system.
Too thrilling.
Get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
First Warn Weather on News 8 Now.
The frost is taking effect on a lot of areas. Just looking at Black River Falls right now at 27 degrees. More about that coming up in just a moment.
Right now, this morning, the government shutdown now in its second week. The administration says furloughed workers may not get their back pay. An uptick in crime has Winona residents and police on the lookout. More on what they're looking for. Later in our show, from tall tales to true stories, the Sandbar Storytelling Festival has something for everyone this week in Winona. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Alexandra Carter. On this Wednesday, October 8th, about 6:30 a.m., the vacuum's going off. Time to get up, get on with your day, right, Art? We'll send it over to you.
I thought my computer was making noise for a second. I'm like, what is
It's
that?
about to blow up, yeah.
As we get into it, my friend, we're holding on to the freeze alerts. I should say the freeze alerts that are in play right now. It is a freeze warning until 9 a.m. as well as the blue that you see. You're also picking up the possibility of a frost advisory that's in play for La Crosse. Now, right now, we're holding on to temperatures that are, like I said, over in areas by Black River Falls, holding on to 27 degrees out there right now. They've also been picking up like a trace of potential rainfall, or at least I would say mist that is dropping some moisture on the ground right now. So that could be closer to freezing mist in the forecast. We're also looking at La Crosse, which is absolutely gorgeous this early morning, and quiet weather for you right now out there. So if you're heading out and you want to take that jacket with you, take a look at Eau Claire. They've developed mostly cloudy skies. They also are holding on to some fog that's out there, about 5 miles visibility to 7 miles visibility. And of course, we're also seeing that as we go through the day, we'll have sunnier skies and seasonal average temperatures. When I come back, we'll have more about this for you in just a moment.
Thank you, Art. Well, the government shutdown now in week 2 with little sign from Washington that it could be resolved anytime soon. This as a White House memo suggests furloughed federal workers may not get their back pay. Bradley Blackburn reports.
At the White House Tuesday, the Trump administration threatened to raise the stakes in the battle over the government shutdown.
There are some people that really don't deserve to be taken care of, and we'll take care of them in a different way.
A White House draft memo suggested withholding back pay to federal workers now forced to stay home. A 2019 law President Trump himself signed promises back pay to all federal workers after a shutdown. The president seemed to agree with the memo, but then said this:
I follow the law, and what the law says is correct.
On Capitol Hill, Democrats accused the White House of bullying.
This administration has spared no effort, none, to be intimidating, to incite fear if there are these mass firings, or if pay is denied, because people have rights. They will sue for damages.
Some essential workers are on the job while waiting for a paycheck. But the gridlock in Washington is affecting the nation's skies. Sick calls are up in air traffic control towers, and the FAA says today ground stops are possible at multiple major airports.
We would hope that eventually they'll get their act together and everybody will come together and do what's right.
The Senate is expected to vote again on dueling short-term funding bills Wednesday morning. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
The Air Traffic Controllers Union says the shutdown is affecting morale and creating hardships, but the union also telling its members to keep working and warned that if they don't, they could be fired. A cannabis manufacturing business is one step closer to opening in La Crescent. News 8 Now Seth Padilla is in the newsroom with the plan. Seth.
Alexandra, La Crescent's Planning Commission gave the green light for an indoor cannabis manufacturing facility. Carbon MN LLC wants to open at 190 Main Street in the city's industrial area. The business won't sell to customers. Instead, it will supply cannabis products to local retail stores. The Planning Commission recommended approval, but the full city council still needs to vote, and the state must give the final approval. If everything goes through, the company hopes to open early next year. Reporting live from the newsroom, Seth Padilla, News 8 Now This Morning.
Thank you for that update, Seth. Meanwhile, nearly 400 animals rescued from a Juneau County home. 2 people were arrested for animal neglect after authorities found the animals. The animals were surrendered voluntarily, then sent to shelters across the state. 5 dogs came here to the Coulee Region Humane Society. They're now being treated for parasites before they can be adopted.
We're fully confident that they're going to make great pets and fit into homes wonderfully.
Some of the rescued animals include dogs, rabbits, even horses, goats, and chickens. Police are putting residents on alert over an uptick in crime in Winona. News 8 Now's Allison Fergit reports on what the criminals are targeting.
Winona is seeing a rise in car and storage unit break-ins. We spoke with officials about ways to keep your items safe.
The uprise is kind of crazy compared to last year for sure.
Winona police are sounding the alarm about a spike in break-ins.
They're taking place in storage units, which obviously are typically located in non-populated areas that are not well lit. We've also seen an increase in break-ins in vehicles.
Chief Williams says the break-ins are happening all over town and the perpetrators are grabbing whatever they can. Officials aren't sure exactly why there's an increase now, but it could have something to do with the start of the school year.
I do think obviously the students have been back in town for about 2 months now. Little greater population of people that are in town right now.
There are some steps you can take to make sure you don't lose your items. Andy Lose with Lose Real Estate says a round security lock will better protect your storage unit than a regular lock.
If somebody wants to break in with a regular lock, it doesn't take them too much time. Where an actual security lock, they really have to work on it to try to break in.
Williams also recommends investing in video surveillance.
You can also put cameras on the interior of those storage units. Again, you're renting the space, put a camera on the inside. That way, if anybody does happen to enter your storage unit, at least we have a starting point for it.
And for cars, Williams says first thing first, lock your doors.
We do have people that are like, well, I don't have anything in my car, and you leave the doors open only to come and find out that your glove box has now been rifled through and your insurance papers and your license tabs are missing.
He admits a locked door doesn't prevent a smashed window. That's why it's so important to hide items you leave in your vehicle.
Anything of value, laptops, AirPods, cameras, anything. Put it in the trunk, put it out of sight.
If you notice any items have been taken from your storage unit or your car, it's best to go to police first. They say it's also helpful if you have any identifying information about the items that were taken. So that could be if there was a crack in the screen or if they had a certain dent. That way it'll be a lot easier to relocate those items. Reporting in Winona, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now.
And a News 8 follow-up now. Police arresting a man for arson in that mobile home park fire in Shelby. John Galster is charged with starting the fire that destroyed 1 mobile home and damaged 3 others. 9 fire departments battled that blaze for nearly 10 hours. No one was hurt. In Ferryville, an update on the Lansing Bridge project. Officials there say the bridge will close October 20th at 7 a.m. A car ferry will be available to commuters for free, but that won't start till next month.
They'll be running back and forth every 15 minutes, so there'll be limited amount of travels back and forth, about 700 cars a day if at full service. The ferry will be running 16 hours a day.
The new bridge expected to open in 2027. The Star Tribune is permanently closing its Heritage Print facility in Minneapolis. 159 employees will lose their jobs as the company moves printing to a new location in Des Moines. Those layoffs start December 28th. If you're flying out of La Crosse and still haven't signed up for TSA PreCheck, this week is your chance. A PreCheck event is running now through Friday at La Crosse Regional Airport. Officials say despite the government shutdown, airport operations there are stable. Most Americans should still be able to get a free COVID vaccine. Most private insurers and Medicaid will still cover the vaccines recommended by the CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices. The CDC adding an extra hurdle to get the shot, wanting patients to speak with their healthcare providers. And Costco is selling Ozempic and Wegovy for $499. That's less than half the price at other pharmacies. The weight loss drugs also prescribed for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. The discount is only available to Costco members who pay out of pocket, as most insurance plans don't cover these drugs for weight loss. Executive members can get another 2% off. And now we'll send it over to Art. He's got an update on that foggy and frosty and freezing morning commute.
Indeed it is, my friend, and holding on to that right now. I'm still keeping an eye on Black River Falls as well as Eau Claire. Eau Claire right now is down to 29 degrees currently with mostly cloudy skies, some mist, some fog, also holding on to the possibility of temperatures to be just really continuing to chill down. We get into Black River Falls and they're holding on to at least the possibilities of getting into 27-degree temperatures right now, and they have a trace of moisture on the ground currently. Let's get into how this all shapes up as we go into La Crosse holds on to a frost advisory. Things are looking a little bit better for you because the sun is coming up now and it's all going to help you out. A little bit of fog maybe trying to develop, but right now I don't see any. If it does, it'll be in the river valleys. Getting into the fog though for Eau Claire, look at that. You can see it right there. Not only that, that is the bottom layer. You're also having mostly cloudy skies up there. You can see it as you go along that little tower right there, and then holding on to the potential for, again, mist out there as well. So 37 degrees for Eau Claire, I should say La Crosse, getting into about cooler conditions, 62 degrees into the afternoon. Technically speaking, that should be, and we're also holding on to 60 degrees for the high for Eau Claire, 29 degrees in the early morning with, of course, mostly cloudy skies and frost. We'll hold on to finish out going to La Crosse with sunshine in the forecast for the day, holding on to Eau Claire, similar conditions as well after you get past the cloudiness. Sunshine is abound for you. As we roll right into the next few days, my friends, this is what I've got going to finish out. We're going to be looking at the possibility of conditions to be in the 60s, 70s in the forecast into next week.
Before we head to break, it's time to look at today's Look Who's 8.
All right, Jet is turning 8 weeks old, and is a big Brewers fan.
Ready for the game tonight, and Nova is 8 months. She loves playing with her 3 older sisters and being outside.
How about Charlie is 8 months, and he loves exploring and being with his family and friends.
If you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, 88, 98, we'd love to feature them.
That's right. Just upload their photo to our website, news8000.com, and look for the Submit Pictures button under the Home tab.
Coming up, the Sandbar Storytelling Festival is happening this week in Winona with professional storytellers from across the world. We'll tell you how to catch a show after the break.
To top the bargain shop.
When you want new furniture with styles that are nice, and we've made very special buys that are always the right price.
Now in all home furniture stores.
Gotta make stop at the bargain shop.
Get an 11% rebate on your next project at Menards. For over 65 years, Menards has been the destination for post-frame buildings. Post-frame buildings go up fast and are a durable, low-maintenance solution for additional storage space, work areas, or to protect your equipment. Design a building to fit your needs using our free design program, in-store or on Menards.com. Plus, get an 11% rebate on your post-frame building now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
What if buying a car felt easy? At Maury's Auto Group, it does. With Maury's Best Price First, there's no haggling, no hassle, just upfront, honest pricing. And with Maury's team, you get guidance, not pressure. You always get more with Maury's. More help, more clarity, and more value. Test drive and compare the top midsize SUVs at our Drive to Compare event, Saturday, October 11th at La Crosse Speedway. Details at drivetocompare.com or go to Maury'sAuto.com and get more with Maury's.
Wow, forest berry fudge is amazing. This is melting in my mouth.
Dill pickle? Whoa, that's actually good.
Holy fudge. This is the best thing ever.
Expressions brought to you by Valley Fudge and Candy. Find us in Coon Valley, Wisconsin, or order online today.
You already know.
Derek Van Orden voted for the largest Medicaid cut in history. Nursing homes may be forced to close. Rural hospitals in Wisconsin at risk of closure. And tens of thousands of Wisconsinites could lose health coverage. But did you know Van Orden's vote could raise electricity costs in Wisconsin $300 a year? Also, Van Orden could give wealthy elites another tax break. Tell Derek Van Orden, stop making us pay more.
We hear it all the time. A company gives a homeowner a quote for replacement windows. When the homeowner hesitates, they drop the price by almost 50% if they sign today. Makes you wonder why they didn't offer that price to begin with.
They called us for a second opinion. Our price, over $5,000 less, without the sales games and for better windows.
At Clear Choice, we believe in honest pricing, no pressure, and quality you can trust.
Don't get pressured into a bad deal. Call us today.
Choose Clear Choice or something less.
Want a great deal on mattresses?
Gotta make stop at the bargain shop.
This chiropractor-endorsed Fusion Lux Hybrid Queen mattress is just $4.99.
Gotta make a stop at the bargain shop.
In all home furniture stores.
Good morning to you and welcome back. As we get into your forecast, once again we have a freeze warning that is in play all the way up to the northern tier of the state of Wisconsin, getting right back down to Black River Falls. You see that for Eau Claire as well. And I've been keeping an eye on these two locations. Why? Because we've been seeing them flirt between 27 to 29 degrees, in some cases all the way up to about 30 to 31 degrees as well. So they have a little bit of cloud cover for La Crosse, I should say Eau Claire right now, holding on to mostly cloudy skies with a little bit of mist as well. And that means the possibility of holding on to some freezing mist and of course the possibility of freezing fog in the forecast. Black River Falls, your visibility has been going well as well for you so far. It's been down to about 3/4 of a mile, so please be careful out there. As we get into it, Eau Claire, I should say La Crosse holding on right now to a frost advisory, but it's so quiet right now and the sun is coming up, so it's looking a lot better for you. You're seeing La Crosse at 36 degrees this early morning, giving way to the upper 30s, turning into the 40s by the time we get in the late morning. Sunshine prevails and going right in the afternoon, similar conditions. So sunshine, we've got quiet conditions and dry conditions in your forecast, while Eau Claire is holding on to some morning mist and maybe a little bit of fog as well, still lingering in the area, going right back into the 8 o'clock hour by then. Then we'll get into the sunshine for you, finish out as we go through the late morning hours into your afternoon, holding on to all that sunshine, getting into those upper 50s, possibly near 60 degrees in your forecast. The zones you can see pretty much all the way for Shelby, looking at sunshine, as well as areas by Bangor. We'll continue back up to Mindoro, 62 degrees for you. Back down to Prairie du Chien, all the way to Richland Center, then hanging out back to Gays Mills, 60s, middle 60s to low 60s in your forecast the farther north you go. We'll pick up again for the central zone, holding on for 62 for La Crosse, 60 for Alma Center, plenty of sunshine for you, but we've taken the temperatures down a wee bit. We'll hold on to areas by Black River Falls, getting into Eau Claire as well, getting up into the forecast where you're looking at conditions to be from 59 to about 60 degrees, so a little bit cooler there as well. Highs for Thursday, well, you go into the 60s, pretty much widespread in the forecast too, the upper 60s in the forecast to 69 degrees, so near 70s. We've got some wind coming in for Friday as well. Wind gusts will get up to 25 miles per hour plus in some cases, so we'll see that continue as we go into the evening commute, then taper down. We'll also see highs for your Friday going into it with more 60s and 70s in your forecast, so we'll continue to warm you back up, holding on to the low 60s, I should say upper 60s to at least the middle 70s in the forecast, possibly getting up to 74 degrees. We'll hold on to rainfall coming back again as we get to Thursday night, and then possibly into Friday, and then again for Sunday night going into Monday, where it's about a 40% chance of that occurring. Once we go into how this all shapes up, you can see for Saturday the lows in the morning, not much, and we have a chance of frost, but I would just say as we get into it, you'll be seeing temperatures holding on to the 60s and the 70s, and of course it'll be very comfortable again, of course, for the windy conditions coming in for your weekend as well as Friday. So be safe out there and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Art. Well, new this morning, the Sandbar Storytelling Festival is underway in Winona this week, bringing professional storytellers from across the country, even the world, for 5 days of performances. Taff Roberts, the founding artistic director, is here to tell us more about what's happening this week. Hello, Taff. Nice to see you again.
Yes, good morning. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Yes, it's always lovely to see you. So for people who may not know, what is the Sandbar Storytelling Festival?
Sandbar Storytelling Festival is a festival that started during COVID, and it was an event to try and bring people together to tell stories. We are very diverse. We bring people in from all over the country and yes, from around the world. And it's we also, when they come, which they arrived last night,
okay,
and they will be going into 13 schools in the next 2 days before the festival.
Okay,
we're trying to help get children to tell stories again and use their imaginations.
Okay, very
All
important.
right, so I took a storytelling class in college once, and I want to tell you all, it is difficult. And I know for your talent, for all you folks, it's probably pretty much easier for you, but man, oh man. You've got folks all over the world coming in. What type of differences? Some of the stories from America all the way to other countries. What's different?
Well, we all are made different, and we all have different experiences growing up, even if it's in Russia or Spain or wherever it is. But it's just good to have different people tell their stories. Now, we have Sufyan Sukharov that's coming. He was born on the border of Russia and Iran. And he is going to be a teller coming in and tell his stories of growing up in a different place.
Okay.
We have Elizabeth Ellis coming in from Appalachia, and she's going to be telling about her growing up. With these people, we like to make it so that they can invigorate you to think about your story, about your grandparents, and there's things that are important. And it's important to share these stories, to move them along. And it's, yeah.
Okay, and I'm sure there's things that connect, right? There's little connection points between them all that you might
Oh
not
yes,
expect.
when you sit in the audience, and Bill Lepp, one of the funniest guys you ever want to meet. If he doesn't make you laugh, nobody. You might as well go home. And he's going to be on stage on Saturday morning at St. Mary's University. And last night he was just saying, when I see people going up to each other talking, when they're listening to me in the audience, I know they said, oh, that happened to me too. You know, so it invokes you to come out with your story.
Right.
And Art, you have a story. You do too.
Right, of course, yeah,
Yeah.
it's important to share.
Yeah.
So things, there's a lot going on. There's a drumline event, there's some things, going on with some breweries. So
Right.
what
So-
else should we expect?
So tonight we have Josh Goforth from North Carolina, and he plays 21 instruments.
Oh, wow.
But the one he plays extremely well is the banjo.
Okay.
And he's going to be playing at 8 o'clock at the Two Fathoms Brewery tonight in downtown Winona. And he'll be telling stories also of playing the banjo and talking about his growing up in Appalachia. And then tomorrow night, Don White from Massachusetts, he will be here. And he plays the guitar, and he's very funny. He tells you some funny stories. Storytelling, it's not stand-up comedy. A story has to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So it's a little different. These people are trying to engage you. They make you laugh and everything, and cry and everything in between.
Okay, and using some music too.
It's kind of silly. In between, is there a break in between?
There is a break. So mostly, like, for instance, I'll just finish a question. So on Saturday morning at the library, the public library, we have the Rev. Robert Jones from Detroit. And he plays the blues, and he talks about the blues.
Okay.
And then after that, we have the little drum people.
That's when the drum line
Yeah,
comes
drum line.
in?
They're going to
Cool.
come in, and they'll be marching in front, playing their drums. We've
Very
shut the
nice.
street off in front of the library, free. All these events are free. And then in the evening on Friday, there is a main concert, and all 7 tellers will be on the stage. Also on Saturday, from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., they will be all day long. And we have food trucks. We've got a food truck from Jamaica coming down all day, so you'll be able to eat at the festival.
Okay, great. And so do we need tickets? How do we go about doing
Tickets,
that?
you can go online and you can get your tickets online.
Okay, what's that website?
Sandbarstorytelling.org.
Okay.
And tickets for the whole festival, everything, is $70.
Okay.
But also there's students are much cheaper. I think it's $12, I think.
Okay.
But it's much cheaper. But we want to make it for everybody.
Yeah.
But there's something absolutely for everybody.
It does seem like it. Okay, and then I know the schedule of events is online too. So, all right, sounds great. Any final words quickly you want to say before we head out?
I just want to say that if you want to spend some time just sitting down, relaxing, laughing, one of the things about this festival that I want to see is to bring all kinds of different people together.
Okay.
We're in a world today that everybody's talking about different things. We want to come together, laugh together, cry together, and talk together.
Okay.
And listen.
Perfect.
So storytelling is two roads. You got to listen and you got to tell. You tell your story, I'll listen, and we'll do the opposite.
Okay,
All right?
sounds great. Thank you so much, Taff, for being here, and good luck.
Well, thank you for all your interest.
No problem.
Okay.
Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Stock up this month with the Holman Locker and Meat Market's 10-pound sale. Save on pork loin roast, ground beef, chicken breast, and chuck roast. Please call to order. Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Right now, you're busy taking care of the people you love. Let Window World take care of the place you live. Window World, America's exterior remodeler. Improving homes, changing lives.
We can play the role of the main focal point why somebody's coming into La Crosse. They're gonna go check out the restaurants, the bars, the other things, the other events that might be going around in town. And we all complement each other so well as a community. It makes it so special to be a part of this region.
As we're bringing in additional income, it allows us to give out additional raises, and the quality of life is gonna expand and go right with that as well.
The Power of Tourism, brought to you by Explore La Crosse.
If you want selection, then that's what we've got at King Furniture. More sofas, more recliners, more mattresses, more of everything. You're gonna find whatever you want, and you're gonna find plenty of it. And it's all priced to go with 0% easy payment plans. And as always, trade in your old furniture for a discount on new. We'll even deliver and haul away for free. Just try that anywhere else. Come visit King Furniture today.
It's Oktoberfest at Fleet Farm with big fun in store for the whole family. Don't miss our Toyland opening at 7 a.m. Saturday, October 11th, where the first 125 customers will get our free annual Toyland toy. Along with toys, kids can get their hands on some real big rigs at our Touch a Truck event from noon till 3. And be sure to enter our Pretzel Count contest for a chance to win a Fleet Farm gift card. Stop in and celebrate Oktoberfest with us all month long. It's our way of thanking you for shopping Fleet Farm.
Holman Locker and Meat Market, your place for fresh, quality, local meat. Now's the time to stock up with our fall bundle. Call and order yours today. Eat healthy, shop local at your Holman Locker and Meat Market, and much, much more.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The Brewers are trying to take a commanding 3-game lead over the Cubs tonight. Milwaukee won the first 2 games of the division series, including a 7-3 victory Monday. Both teams practiced at Wrigley Field yesterday ahead of tonight's big match. The first pitch is at 4 o'clock Central on TBS.
La Crescen's Planning Commission gave the green light for an indoor cannabis manufacturing facility. Carbon MN LLC wants to open at 190 Main Street in the city's industrial area. Now, the business will not sell to customers. Instead, it will supply cannabis products to local retail stores. The Planning Commission recommended approval, but the full city council still needs to vote. Then the state must give the final approval. If everything goes through, the company hopes to open early next year.
And officials say the Lansing Bridge will close October 20th at 7 a.m. A car ferry will be available to commuters for free, but that won't start till next month.
They'll be running back and forth every 15 minutes, so there'll be limited amount of travels back and forth, about 700 cars a day if at full service. The ferry will be running 16 hours a day.
The new bridge is expected to open in 2027.
All right, for your local weather, no doubt about it, there's some frost out there right now. Please be careful. We do have a frost advisory for La Crosse, but we do have the freeze warning that's in effect along I-94 from Trempealeau, I should say, all the way up to the north and getting into areas by Black River Falls and, of course, Eau Claire. We'll hold on to the possibility of getting into temperatures in the 60s today. Seasonal average temperatures that you guys are all used to by now, holding on to increasing conditions as we go in the next few days. Upper 60s to the low 70s on the way with some rainfall associated with that as well.
All right, looking great out there. Thank you, Art, and thank you for waking up with us today. We will see you back here at noon.